Hi, Aries, or anyone watching for Aries. So, this is a reading for your life, the 6th through the 12th. If you're watching for Aries, reverse the roles. And I am working on the love readings for December. Give me a few more days and they will be out. So, stay tuned for that. Aries, this is interesting. I feel as though you have been working at something for a while and things may have changed, right? What I'm seeing here is the difficulty is that perhaps you didn't want to believe that things have changed, or you didn't want to think like, okay, what I'm working on may not go the way that I want, right? It feels like you had been seeing a lot of red flags about the situation. Now, this could be with work, this could be with friends or family. It doesn't really matter. The energy here, though, is that you were doing a lot for a situation because you were under the impression that it was going to turn out in your favor, right? So I'm not saying that you had like an ulterior motive in what you've been doing, but I feel like there was a time in your life where whatever this is you were working towards, you either really, really wanted it or you were under the impression that it was going to turn out kind of like what was best for everybody. We're all in this together. We're working on this together. Could have been a relationship, doesn't really matter, right? The thing about this, though, is that something in this situation has changed. I feel like a lot of it is you, Aries, because you're starting to kind of weigh the efforts, right? What have you been doing versus what have you been getting? It seems like a lot of people have been benefiting from you, whereas you're the one doing the majority of the work. Okay. And I feel like for a long time, you try to tell yourself like it's for the greater good, or we're all a team, or we're a family. Now, not so much, right? There's some information I feel like that you've either gotten recently or will be getting soon that you were not letting bother you, right? If you've already heard whatever this is, you kind of tried to be like, well, that's okay. Like, I have my own reasons for what I'm doing. Even if things aren't panning out the way I want, I'm going to be fine regardless, right? But I feel like you weren't allowing whatever this information was to affect the way that you were behaving in regards to this situation, okay? As I'm moving on, though, I'm seeing that you started thinking more about whatever this is and kind of doing the math. And it's like something here is not adding up, right? I feel like you have begun to change. This could even be like if this is your boss, somebody always asking you to do a lot of work and then making it seem like you're going to get some sort of like promotion. But then you come to find out that they're actually like selling the company, right? Or you've heard talks about sales in the company and you're not paying it any mind because you're like, no, this person wouldn't do that to me, right? We're a team. Well, unfortunately, what I'm seeing here, you're kind of coming to the realization that you've been alone, right, on the team. Like the team is great when it benefits the people who are in charge of the team. If this is a relationship and you've been doing a bunch of work to try to help somebody and people are saying like, oh yeah, I see that person on Tinder. I see that person out with so-and-so. And you're like, oh, they're just friends, right? You're kind of starting to put the pieces together where you're like, wait a minute. Like I'm showing up. I'm not allowing what I'm hearing to change the way I'm showing up for this situation, right? But now I'm starting to change because I'm putting all the pieces together and I'm realizing that, well, I'm worried about us and you've been worried about you, right? Or you and them, someone else, right? So I feel as though you're being a little bit strategic because even though you're coming to the realization that you have choices and this may not be what you want for yourself, right? There was a lot of loyalty, I feel like, coming from you in this situation. Now you're starting to kind of explore your options. I feel as though you'd like to move out of this situation, but I also feel like you have not communicated it to whoever these people are or this person is yet. So that's something that you're really thinking about. Like, how do I get the upper hand here? For some of you, it's almost like you're allowing someone to slip up and then you're going to call them out on it, right? Or you've gone and done something where it's like, okay, I'm going to cancel all the bills, right? And they're going to end at the end of the month, but this person doesn't realize that I'm moving out and they're not going to have heat. And I'm not saying that it's like, that's that like mean, but it is kind of like where you know something and you've just been trying to figure out like, what do you do with it, right? How do you get the upper hand, because it's the energy of like, I didn't have to do any of the things I did for you. I just did them because I cared about you, right? But now that I see that it's not reciprocal, or now that I see that you're only telling me what you thought I wanted to hear to get me to keep showing up for you, I'm about to cancel all your shit. Like, I'm going to really put you in a situation, that you deserve to be in. It seems like whoever this is in your environment, you're viewing them as being very manipulative, based on whatever this information is, right? You don't feel like it's fair. For some of you, you're just deciding like, okay, I need to move out. I need to leave the situation. There's no point in really explaining this at this time. Now, as I'm looking at your hopes and fears, I feel like your main fear is having to look at this and realize that maybe you made a wrong decision in regards to how you dealt with this, that perhaps you ignored some of the red flags. Like if you look at this card with these snakes, this is talking about people being unloyal to you, right? And maybe you kept trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, no, that can't be what I think it is. That can't be what it sounds like. Unfortunately, it seems like whatever that is to you, that is the case, right? So that's a fear for you. What you're hoping, though, I feel like, is that because you've done so much for these people or this person or whoever, this is a situation, eventually it will turn out, right? I feel like you're a really good person. So it's kind of the energy of like, well, karma's going to come home to roost regardless of what I do. And so these people get what they deserve, but at the end of the day, I will also get what I deserve because I showed up for these people, or I showed up for this person and I was loyal to this person, right? So there's kind of an energy of having faith here where it's like, for some of you, you're deciding not to do anything and to just stop helping whoever this is and allow nature to take its course, right? For some of you, the justice here for this person is you removing yourself from the situation because you know that they can't function without you, or they can't do whatever this is they're trying to do without you, right? I feel like for you, Aries, you're being very optimistic in the sense that, as unfortunate as this is to kind of see it for what it is, you're still like, okay, well, I'm a better person because of this, or I know I'm a good person, so this is all going to work out for me. I'm not worried about it, right? I'm not feeling as though you're worried about anything for you. I just feel like in the long run, this is kind of a life lesson that sucks, right? Because it's like you showed up for this person or these people, and then you come to find out that perhaps they're not exactly who they appear to be, or their motives were not exactly what they described to you. Now, outcome is Knight of Swords. So I feel like eventually you will have the last laugh in this situation, right? But it's almost like for those of you who are kind of setting it up, like, okay, I'm going to find a job before I leave this job. And, it's going to be with a rival company, right? Or I'm going to move out and take all the furniture and this person's going to come home to, whatever they bought, which was nothing, right? You're going to orchestrate whatever that is before you reveal the information that you have about this situation. Okay. I also feel like for those of you who are more along lines of like, nope, I'm not doing anything but getting myself out of here. Karma is going to take its course. It's going to, figure it out for me. You will eventually still have a conversation with this person, but you will be quite far away from them by the time that you do. So you might let them kind of sit in their own mess, right? And then maybe you'll say something about it like, oh yeah, well, I left because you were cheating, or I left because you lied about whatever. And you would tell them that, after you've already gotten yourself out of that situation. So sorry for the difficult energy, but I do feel like you're getting very clear about which direction to go. The hard part is I feel like there are going to be people who are in your life that may not be coming with you on the next stage of your journey, right? But oftentimes when something really good is about to happen to us, the universe has people start really showing their true colors because that blessing is not meant for them, right? It's meant for you. So let me get you an oracle card. Life is at your service. You are worthy of everything you desire. Give life permission to create through you and become visible through your dreams. So I feel like you are very powerful. You know, you're a very powerful manifester. You've probably set some very big goals for yourself or very big dreams. And like I said, I don't feel like these people were actually helping you accomplish those things, right? If anything, you were carrying the load by yourself. And then they were acting like they were helping when in reality they weren't, right? All right, Aries, this is the 6th through the 12th. Sorry that this seems a little bit rough, but I also feel like this is a huge opportunity for you to get closer to having what you really want for yourself. And it seems like this was kind of overdue. I feel like you already saw this about whoever these people were, this person was. It was just time to take care of it. You all take very good care of yourselves, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.